Hi guys, this is Ideas of Ice and Fire here, and this kind of feels like a weird video to make, but I kind of really felt like I needed to address this because there's this kind of misconception or weird way of thinking about the new Denis Villeneuve 2020 Dune movie that's coming out that bothers me a lot. A lot of people have been saying that they don't want to see this film because it's another remake. It's a remake of something that we've seen before. People keep saying, oh, there's already been 2 Dune films before this. We don't want another remake. And I think that's really a disservice to Denis Villeneuve's 2020 upcoming movie, right? Now, as I said in my last video about Dune 2020, Denis Villeneuve just got named the director of the decade by the Hollywood Critics Association. And that is well deserved because he has done some of the best films of the decade. I personally believe that Blade Runner 2049 is one of the best science fiction films of the modern era. And that is not an over exaggeration. As someone that loves science fiction films and books, I can comfortably say that. So when it comes to this upcoming 2020 Dune movie, we can't think of this as a remake because this is not a remake of David Lynch's Dune. This is a readaptation of the source material. Now, as I've said before, I do like a lot about the David Lynch Dune movie from 1984, but it is not accurate to the source material in a lot of really crucial ways. I feel as though David Lynch really did miss the mark in several different ways, and that movie was more of a David Lynch film than it was an adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact that David Lynch probably didn't really understand Dune entirely that well, and that's nothing against him. He is a fantastic director. I love Twin Peaks, but I don't think he was necessarily the right person to do Dune. Now, Denis Villeneuve, on the other hand, I think understands Dune. He's been a fan of the book his whole life. He's always wanted to adapt this story. So there is a high level of passion involved here, attached to a high level of skill. If Denis Villeneuve can bring the sense of grandeur and scale and just epicness that he brought to Blade Runner 2049 into Dune, and there's no reason to think that he can't, then I think we're looking at what will probably be the best adaptation of Dune yet. And with the excellent cast and the excellent team that's supporting him, I think we're right to get excited about this movie. Not too excited, not too hype, because hype is the mind killer. But I think it is reasonable to have a certain degree of excitement. Because very often studios just slap movies together without any care, without any respect for the source material, without any real passion, and they don't try to tell a real story. They don't try to bring any kind of depth into it. It's just, we're just going to slap out whatever we think the audience wants, slap out whatever we think is going to be popular. Dune is a real story with real meaning and real philosophy. And Denis Villeneuve is a real director, and he's a person with actual thoughts in his head. And that is not just me saying that as a fanboy. As someone that's seen all of his films, I can attest to the fact that he is great at what he does, and this movie is in good hands. And I think that we should separate this from the previously released media, as in the David Lynch 1984 movie and the sci-fi miniseries. So I just wanted to get that out there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Ideas of Ice and Fire, and check the Dune playlist on my channel for more Dune videos. Hi guys, I've been working on a horror fantasy graphic novel called Tadia. Click the link in the description to get put on my mailing list for more information about this upcoming book.